Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Um, Another busy week. I was able to pick up a lot of really cool stuff that I wanted to share with you guys, so let's get started. First off, I wanted to talk about Club Nintendo. You know me, I always like to talk about Club Nintendo. This month's issue talks about the new 3DS, everything it has to offer, some of the drawbacks, and a bunch of the launch games that's released. The main ones they recommended are Ridge Racer 3D and their cover game, Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition. I was all excited to pick up the 3DS, but they mentioned that Zelda won't be out, so I'm gonna hold out on the 3DS until Zelda comes out. That's the main reason I wanted it. So once that comes out, I'm gonna pick up Ridge Racer and Super Street Fighter. But on this month's issue, they also talk about some Nintendo milestones that happened. For example, it's the 10-year anniversary of Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing was a really, really cool game on the GameCube. It was like The Sims, but Nintendo style. And the GameCube version, you can actually play old NES games. So I thought that was way better. And they lost that on the DS version and on the Wii version. But all in all, Animal Crossing is still a really, really cool series. So they showcase that on this month's issue. Another Nintendo milestone is The Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda has 25 years under its belt, and they talk about, the whole history. And The Legend of Zelda is one of my favorite video game series of all time. I mean, just a really awesome series. Every game is stellar. And they even give you a release timeline with the first Legend of Zelda, Legend of Zelda 2, A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Ocarina of Time, in my opinion, greatest game of all time, Majora's Mask, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, Wind Waker, Four Swords Adventures, the Minish Cap, Twilight Princess, really cool game. Midna is my favorite character of this game. Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, and the soon-to-be-released Skyward Sword. So, Zelda has a long history, and all of their games are awesome. So, yeah, it's really, really cool that they talk about the 25th anniversary. So, that's Club Nintendo. Video games. I picked up for the NES, Super Spike B-Ball. This is a beach volleyball game, developed by Technos Japan and published by Nintendo. The only problem with this game is that they altered it. Originally, in Japan, it has the characters from River City Ransom, who in turn are based on a manga. But for Super Spike B-Ball, they actually altered the look of the characters, so they don't look anything like from River City Ransom. So that's a bummer, but it's still a pretty cool game. It's beach volleyball, but it's still fun. Picked up Family Feud for the NES. This is, of course, based on the long-running TV show. You pick a family, and you basically answer questions that were made through surveys. So the animation is pretty cool, in the beginning of it, and it's a really fun game, so I enjoyed it. Picked up for the GameCube, Fight Night Round 2. I actually been interested in picking up the Fight Night series, but I've never been able to find this version of the game. And I wanted the GameCube version as opposed to the other versions because on the GameCube version you can play a port of Super Punch-Out, and you can activate Little Mac on the main game. So I thought that was pretty cool. And the game itself is really awesome. You go around boxing people, but you can do one-punch knockouts. When you're in the corner, you can help your boxer by doing cuts or getting rid of the swelling, and you can create a character. So I thought that was pretty cool. Really awesome game. Last game I picked up is for the PlayStation 1, the collector's edition of NBA Live 2002. And this one's pretty cool, and you can play against Michael Jordan, so I thought that was awesome, and the main reason why I picked it up. The other one was a price. I got this for less than $1, and I'm really glad I did because it's a really, really cool game. And at an Over Wheels, I picked up the complete second season of the Chappelle Show. The Chappelle Show I thought was pretty cool. I saw a few episodes on TV, and I thought it was really, really funny. Just a lot of really cool sketches, and this series actually brought about my favorite phrase that I still use. The one when Chappelle's like asks, "What did the hand say to the face?" Slap. I just thought that was hilarious, and I still use it with all my friends and my brother. So, really cool show. I just have to track down season 1 now. Picked up The Bone Collector with Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie. I'm trying to make a Angelina Jolie collection because I think she was mega hot. This movie is really cool. Denzel Washington plays this detective that is trying to teach or help Angelina Jolie to catch this killer. But not only does it have Angelina Jolie and Denzel Washington, but it also has Ed O'Neill, who was Al Bundy in Married with Children. So, I thought it was really, really cool to see him outside of that TV show. So, it's a real good movie. Finally, was able to pick up Night of the Living Dead, the first movie by George A. Romero. It's done in classic black and white, came out in 1968, and this is basically what started the zombie genre on movies. Even though they don't call them zombies, they call them ghouls. But this was the start of the whole zombie craze, and it's a really, really cool movie. Really enjoyed it, and really glad to finally add it to the collection. Picked up a Star Wars Ewok Adventures. It's a double feature with Caravan of Courage and the Battle of Endor. As a kid, I remember watching on VHS Caravan of Courage. This family goes to Endor and the parents get kidnapped, so the Ewoks are helping the kids get their family back. And I always thought that was the sequel to Return of the Jedi because it was in Endor and it had the Ewoks. So for the longest time, I thought this was like the next part of the Star Wars saga. And since then, I only saw that one time, and I've never seen it on DVD. So when I saw this, I picked it up right away. Got a really good price, and they're really, really cool movies. I don't know why LucasArts has completely forgotten about these two movies, but I enjoyed them, and it's really, really cool. Picked up Mr. Deeds with Adam Sandler, Winona Ryder, and John Turturro. It's a good movie. It's a good comedy. A lot of people don't like Mr. Deeds, but I still watch it, and I still laugh at some of the things that happen. So, yeah. Definitely not his best, but still a good movie. Finally was able to complete my Rush Hour trilogy. Picked up Rush Hour 3. I really, really love the Rush Hour series. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker work great together, and, Jackie Chan does some awesome stunts. The only bummer with this DVD is because I've been trying to look at find this one for the longest time. But the only problem with this one is that it doesn't have any special features, and that's a real bummer because the special features in the Rush Hour series is usually pretty cool. So, but the movie itself is awesome. So, really glad to pick that up. And I pick up The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. I actually was holding out to see if I can get the deluxe DVD, but I've never been able to find it, so I picked up this one. Awesome fantasy series. I mean, The Lord of the Rings really, really worked out. Really cool. And the battle of Helm's Deep is an awesome sequence. Just really, really cool sequence. Picked up Live and Let Die, 007. This is actually Roger Moore's first James Bond movie, and I grew up watching Roger Moore's James Bond. As a kid, I didn't see any of the Sean Connery ones. For me, Roger Moore was my James Bond, and this is his first movie. So really, really cool movie. Even though it's totally politically out of place nowadays, but still a cool movie. Picked up the complete first season of Veronica Mars. This was a really cool TV series that was in the WB. It was about this girl that helped her dad solve mysteries while trying to solve the main mystery of who killed her best friend. The show, it was really cool, but it had a lot of scheduling problems. The WB would switch the time slot whenever they wanted, so that kind of didn't help it. But the first season is a really awesome season. Picked up An American Werewolf in Paris. I don't know if this is a sequel or a remake or a reimagining of An American Werewolf in London. American Werewolf in London is a badass werewolf movie, especially the werewolf transformation scenes. I'm still trying to track down that movie because it's so freaking cool. And American Werewolf in London is okay, but the werewolf scenes are done with CGI, so they kind of look really bad, but it's still an enjoyable werewolf movie, I think. Picked up Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Classic Christmas cartoon. As a kid, I always looked forward to watching it. It was directed by Chuck Jones, who did a bunch of Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, so really cool cartoon. And the Grinch, I think, is one of history's greatest villains. Picked up The Dog Whisperer with Cesar Millan. I saw a few of these episodes on TV, on cable. I'm a huge dog person. I love dogs. I mean, they're the most faithful, awesome animals in the face of the earth. And so, I'm a huge dog person. So I enjoyed this TV show because of that. And he goes around teaching people how to treat their dogs well. So I like that show. Picked up 30 Days of Night, which is an awesome vampire movie. There's nothing sexy about these vampires, and these vampires don't freaking sparkle. These vampires will mess you up. Basically, it's about this town in Alaska that for 30 days is in complete darkness, and these vampires just go to town and have themselves a big old human buffet. But it's an awesome movie, and the special effects on this movie, damn, really cool. Last movie I picked up is Cloverfield. A huge monster movie fan, especially of the Godzilla series. So I thought it was interesting to see what an American studio would do with the monster, especially after the horrible Godzilla movie that came out. And this movie's told in the perspective of the people that are going through the monster attack. You don't actually see the monster that much. But it's a really cool movie, but they exaggerate on the shaky cam. Since it's told in their perspective, they go around filming everything, and the camera just really shakes really bad. I saw it in a movie theater, and there was this one scene where I actually did get dizzy. But it's still a pretty cool monster movie. I really enjoyed this one. And the last pickup I want to talk about is I picked up this Wheel of Fortune Simpsons Edition board game. Mentioned this before, huge Simpson fan. I'll pick up anything with their name on it. And board games, I have a lot of board games actually. I'll make a video of it. But I didn't have this one. So I'm only missing, at least to the best of my knowledge, Simpsons Guess Who. And I'm pretty sure I'll have every single Simpsons board game ever made. So yeah, gotta love the Simpsons. Okay, so those were my pickups for this week. Movie recommendations, I'm gonna go with two movies that I really enjoyed, and that's Rush Hour 3 and Star Wars: The Ewok Adventure. And I'm also gonna recommend 30 Days of Night because that's an awesome vampire movie. And game-wise, I'm going to go with Fight Night Round 2. Really cool boxing game. So, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And until I see you again, this is Vargas XX78, signing off.